bias.
$10.26.
Hello and welcome to NAB League action from the Twin Ovals in Kingston, Tasmania, the south of Tasmania, just south of Hobart. My name is Anthony Osborne. Today the Tasmania Devils taking on the Bendigo Pioneers at the Twin Ovals. Really big clash for both of these teams as they continue to make a push for finals football in the 2019 NAB League season. Joined today by Tubes Taylor down here at the Twin Ovals. Great to have you on board, mate.
Great to be here, thanks, Oz. It's terrific to be down here. A magnificent day in the south of the state. A little bit of fog about, but great day for footy all the same. I'm really looking forward to this match between the Pioneers and the Devils.
Absolutely. Last time these two sides played, it went right down to the final kick. Jai Menzies goal after the siren at Queen Elizabeth Oval, securing a really important win for the Devils back in round 7 back at Queen Elizabeth Oval in Victoria. So the Pioneers, I'm sure they'll be looking to get a bit of revenge against the Devils, and Tasmania looking to really take some confidence out of that game as well.
Yeah, last time Jai Menzies did kick the 4 goals, and as you say, he kicked the goal after the siren to get the win for the Devils. It was huge. I remember I was sitting at home watching it in the live stream and couldn't believe the scenes over there, mate. It was huge, but very evenly matched. 10th versus 11th on the ladder here in the NAB League, and yeah, it should be an even contest.
Absolutely, and I think talking to a lot of the Devils players after that game, I think a win on the road like that really does galvanise the group, and particularly first year in the NAB League. It was a big statement by the Devils. Some results haven't quite gone their way in recent weeks, so a few competitive losses along the journey as well, but this shapes up as being a really important game. Devils fresh from the weekend off last week, so they'll be looking to, with a couple of extra reinforcements, really make a statement today.
Yeah, absolutely, and the Bendigo Pioneers coming off a win against the Bushrangers, who kicked 322. That's unbelievable. So a couple of players to watch from the Bendigo Pioneers. I've got Sam Conforti. Last time these two met, he got 30 disposals and kicked a couple of goals. And Jack Ginnivan, he had 27 touches and kicked a couple as well. And James, the captain, Shishka. I don't know. I'm going to muck that up all game. I apologise to James, but he's one to watch for the Bendigo Pioneers. For the Devils last time, as we mentioned, it was Jai Menzies who had the 4 goals. But Ollie Davis, 13 tackles and 15 disposals. That's huge.
Absolutely, and he's been doing it all year. He's a contested beast, but also really classy on the outside as well. A bottom-age player and co-captain of the team, so expect him to really rise again today. But speaking of captains, Nick Baker back into the side for the Devils today alongside a couple of other overage players. Obviously, the last Devils game was a futures round match, which meant they had to play younger players. So Matt McGuinness, Lockie Godomski, Ryan Mansell and the like back into the team today. I'm sure they'll really be a big boost for the young side and show quite a bit of guidance. Even though it's a competition for younger players, having those guys who have had an extra year at the 18 level really does make a big difference.
Yeah, absolutely. There's still a few outs for both sides. Mitch O'Neill, Jake Steele and Riley Banks-Smith missing for the Devils. Logan Fitzgerald, Thompson Dow, Brody Kemp and Josh Tracy missing for the Pioneers. So this is the nature of the NAB League, though, as we were saying earlier, Oz, that this league is just about making sure that every player gets an opportunity at this level.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've seen quite a few players across all teams really take their chances when they do get the opportunity throughout the year, and quite a few players looking to do that again today.
I'm looking forward to this contest in the ruck today. Harry Island up against Aaron Gundry.
Absolutely.
Really excited to see those two go at it. Harry Island, a very raw player, played in the state independent schools grand final last week. Had a great game, but couldn't get the chocolates against Scotch Oakburn College. Anyway, away we go here at Kingston Twin Ovals. Umpire Baker throws it up. Comes down to Gundry. He drives it inside forward 50. Push off. That was good by Collins. Defending well the Tigers. Comes back out for Collins. His handball goes wide. And the Devils will clear up to Burrows Cheng.
Burrows Cheng competing for his own football. Godomski's there as well. Runs it over the line and will have a throw in on the wing. See there immediately. The Pioneers happy to just push the ball inside 50 as quickly as they could. Look to expose the Devils' defence nice and early.
Should say it's umpire Butler, not Baker. I mucked that up. Butsy will be upset about that.
Ireland wins that one down looking for Davis. Immediately wrapped up in a tackle. Tries to shrug it. Well taken down in the end. The umpire's got a decision to make, but he'll take that ball. Really good tackle there by Noah Walsh in the helmet today for the Pioneers. So Liam Viney on the ball for the Devils today, usually in the back line. Good exposure for him as he continues to develop. Ollie Davis wrapped up, and Viney takes that one over the line. So contested football to start here at the Twin Ovals.
Yeah, well, you see this a little bit in the NAB League, just the early stages of most football matches. The touch is a little bit scrappy early, but I'm sure it'll free up as the boys start to settle a ball in. Ruck contest, nice work by Gundry, down to his running man in Rhodey. He handballs off, finding Mitchell, who goes deep inside 50 for the first time. Out of bounds, boundary throw-in.
Really excited to see how the Devils' defence goes today, Tubes. They've been probably one of the shining lights for the team throughout the season. The likes of Sam Collins, Oscar Shaw, Patrick Walker, really generating a lot of drive. A few other guys down in there today. Joseph Chaplin, Lockie Godomski named in defence as well. So looking forward to seeing the attack they can generate.
Yeah, as the ruck contest comes down, Gundry gets another hit out and it's wrapped up and we'll see a ball up about 30 metres out from the Pioneers' goal.
So the ball goes up. Ireland competing again. Gundry comprehensively wins that one down. Hooking shot on goal from the Pioneers, and Bendigo on the board nice and early. Seamus Mitchell, he's already had a couple of disposals, and that is the best of the lot so far. Sharp finish over the shoulder, and Bendigo draw first blood.
Again, it came out of that ruck contest. It was Gundry who won it down, tapped it to advantage inside the corridor, and Mitchell read it beautifully. His first goal, and the Pioneers are up and about.
And Mitchell just got a lot of space there, didn't he, Tubes? Found space where there probably shouldn't have been any. And a sharp finish. I don't think Coach Adrian Fletcher would be too happy with that start there for the Devils, but really good start for the visitors.
So back in the middle. Harry Ireland needs to win this contest, and he does. He comes back into the centre square on hands and feet. Now comes out for Ireland, who got his handball forward, finding his man Pepin, who goes deep inside the forward line. That's a big, strong mark. Jackson Callow, I think.
Jordan Lane, I think that one there.
Beg your pardon.
Jackson Callow, the two twin towers up there for the Devils, and really strong grab. That's what we've accustomed Jackson Callow doing for a lot of the year. Jordan Lane, in the end, just stood his ground and was too big, too strong.
Well, it fell into his lap, really. So now he needs to finish. It's good from Pepin going deep inside forward 50. That's the kick that you need here at Twin Ovals. Lane goes back, makes no mistake.
Fantastic start for Jordan Lane on his home deck of the Twin Ovals. A Kingborough Tigers product, and that will do his confidence the world of good. Kicked a couple of goals when the Devils surged late against the Northern Knights a fortnight ago. Just showing a bit of poise at ground level, but that time there, really strong grab. Made no mistake with the set shot. Really good start for him.
Yeah, really happy with that start for the Tigers. The Devils. The Tigers man got the job done though, didn't he? Straight through the big sticks. We're back in the middle.
Harry Ireland starting to have a bit of an impact as well. Good in the ruck, but also dishing that handball off to Will Pepin. So he started really well as the ball goes up again. Gundry comprehensively wins that one down. Viney in pursuit for the Devils, but stripped away by a Pioneers opponent. So the ball just dribbles inside 50 for the visitors. Clearing handball finds Pat Walker on the left. Dinky kick looking for Ireland, unable to quite hit his target. Pepin's in pursuit. Ireland backs up his own work quite well there as Pepin soccers the ball along the ground looking to find some yardage. Ethan Jackson drives the ball inside 50 in the lane direction, gets in front, just spills over the back again. Dangerous areas here for the Pioneers. Stevenson in pursuit, but the Pioneers get a clearing kick along the ground and the Devils will look to bring it back with interest.
Here it comes through that man for the Devils. Again, the Pioneers repelling this attack. Clearing kick out to this halfback flank wing area. Nice handball. This one's going out of bounds in front of Atwell. And we'll see a ball in.
Jordan Lane again, just getting the Pioneers defence a little nervous there, Tubes. Gets himself in good positions, a really good height as well.
He's certainly finding the right spots, getting in front. I like that from the Tiger.
This ball goes in, falls short. Ireland gets a hand to it. Viney's at the bottom of the pack for the Devils, clearing ball out. It's Bailey Gordon there, lays the tackle. Isaac Chugger should say. High tackle, free kick to the Pioneers. This one going through. Dick O'Flaherty. The Pioneers go off half back. Ball into the middle of the ground. Jux Barwick was the target, but the Pioneers had the numbers. Clearing handball there by Cooper Smith. So the Pioneers look to make an attacking play. Man in pursuit is Matt Lyas. Under the pump from Sam Collins. Good pressure from the North Hobart product. Umpire's whistle, free kick in the back. So the Pioneers with the ball at half forward. So the Devils flood numbers back. Very congested forward line here for the visitors. That ball looking at full forward direction. Oscar Shaw gets a punch, and that one's going to roll out of bounds. Throw in, forward pocket.
They look dangerous, don't they, the Pioneers, when they get it in their forward area. Good match-up between the Devils' back line and the Pioneers' forward line as the ball will be thrown into the forward pocket for the Pioneers. What a backdrop we've got here. Ireland lost the ruck contest, but managed to rove it. Shark it out of the ruck. Scrappy stuff backwards. It should be cleared by McGuinness. Goes across the face of goal. Finds a man deep out there in Menzie. He can't take the mark. Spinning out of trouble. That was good from Godomski. Ran on with it. Nice shepherd laid by the Devils as they move the ball up towards Stevenson. But the Pioneers, through a string of handballs, Gundry's down there, should clear it for now.
Pioneers driving the ball forward once again. Matt McGuinness back with the flight, unable to complete the mark, putting himself in a good position. Devils scrap a ball towards the wing. Well done by Pepin to make a contest. That one's out of bounds. We'll have a throw in. Interesting to see Matt McGuinness playing in defence. He's had a couple of really good weeks for Lauderdale in the TSL, playing largely as a forward, but he's that sort of player that Fletcher and the Devils coaching staff would love to have. You can just throw him around wherever you need him. He looks to be playing a good role in defence so far today.
Gee, that touch from Gundry was great there, out of the ruck. Smooth moving from Lyas. Handball missed the mark, but it's going to work out okay. Quick kick forward by Worm. But landing in his arms, Collins takes the grab for the Devils. Cross the face of goal to a couple here. Missed the target out of bounds. So got away with one there, the Pioneers. The Devils looked like they were out.
Absolutely. Collins just unable to complete that kick, but plenty of ball being played in the Pioneers' forward half early. Throw in, falling short. Ireland ends up tapping it down to himself. High tackle potentially. Umpire does decide to blow his whistle. So a free kick going the way of Jack Ginnivan. Said he'd be a man to keep an eye on Tubes today. Very dangerous last time these sides met. 27 touches, 2 goals and 4 marks. He's been in good form throughout the season as well.
We're in a perfect spot here to watch this one from behind Jack Ginnivan. And as you say, there, Oz, he can make you pay.
So Jack Ginnivan, high tackle, has his first look at the goals so far this morning. Begins his approach now. Looks to start left, but just does enough, does Jack Ginnivan. So the Pioneers get their second goal. Ginnivan hits the scoreboard. Pioneers 2 straight 12, Devils 1 straight 6.
So a pretty even contest around the ground there, Oz. 6 points the margin. 15 and a half minutes gone in the first term. Ruck contest one down by Ireland. He's got a good amount of hops. Scrappy stuff here, just for the Devils. Ellis Castle goes forward, punch down, landing on the end of that. Davis goes back to McGuinness. McGuinness, a dangerous kick, but it's going to work out okay. Devils look to get out of trouble. Moving the ball further afield to Collins. Collins with a short one out to Pepin. Pepin's got numbers inboard if he wants, decides against it and pops it up. Looking for the big man coming to lead at the footy down there in Barwick. Couldn't quite get a hold of it, and the Pioneers are out here. Quick dribbler forward and rolls through for a behind.
Pioneers just looking happy to move the ball inside 50 as quickly as they can. So the first minor score of the morning. Barwick down the line looking for Reeves, unable to complete the mark. Menzie does well to intercept the Pioneers handball. Down the line looking for Chug. Callow's there as well. Both of them go to ground as the Pioneers mop up. Running through the middle of the ground is Ellis Castle. Dishes a handball out wide and Cooper Smith has it on the wing. He stops and just assesses his options. He's got a man on short if he wants. Decides he'll switch it. Executed well in the end to Wallace. Scrappy kick in pursuit for the Devils there is Mansell. The Pioneers have the numbers though. Down the far side, looking inside 50. That ball just marked by Matt McGuinness. He's been productive early. Again, the Pioneers just starting to move the ball quite well. McGuinness goes inboard to Davis. Inside to Reeves. Risky kick. Well done there by the Pioneers player in Hickman. Made a contest as the ball drives back inside 50 for the Pioneers. Good work from the Devils. McGuinness going to mop it up. Umpire's whistle. Free kick going the way of the Pioneers, so for a throw.
Yep. Incorrect disposal there from Nick Baker, the captain. Umpire's in the right spot, called a free kick.
So the Pioneers with another shot on goal. Costly position to be giving away a free kick.
It's Jake Dick O'Flaherty. So he'll kick from a slight angle here. About 30 metres he'll kick it from. Probably 40 in the end. He's giving it a nice roost, but it looks like it's faded behind.
Devils defence under lots of pressure. Whenever it goes in there, the Pioneers just seem to have numbers around the contest. McGuinness drives that ball in the Callow direction. Intercepted by the Pioneers player who quickly kicks it back inside 50 to the hot spot. Players everywhere as Chaplin mops up for the Devils. Finds Viney in the back pocket and they're out.
Viney from the back pocket sends a little one up towards his mate in Menzie, who takes a nice contested mark at the true half-back flank. Plays on quickly. Up towards Callow. Callow gets fingertips to it. It's worked out okay. Reeves, hard over the footy. Got a handball out just. Burrows Cheng again. Caught one a little bit high. Umpire said no. We'll ball it up. At just forward to centre for the Devils.
Seen John Menzie playing much further afield than we're used to seeing him so far today, Tubes. Keep an eye on that as the game unfolds. No ruckman either able to win that one down as Davis tries to mop it up for the Devils. Scrappy football here as both teams battle for ascendancy. Out on the side, Noah Walsh down the line. Nick Baker's competing for the Devils as that ball rolls out of bounds. Slightly dewy conditions down here this morning. There were 2 games of football played on this deck yesterday, the TSL and the TSL Development League. Still fantastic facilities down here. The ground still looks an absolute picture.
Certainly does. A little bit of moisture about though. That might be a free kick. No. Running through hard. That was Wilson. Got the handball over the top, and the Pioneers will clear it through Conforti. That's a good kick. Finds his teammate down at half forward in Evans. Beg your pardon, it was Vaz. Into the pocket towards his mate Mitchell, and we'll see a boundary throw in. The ball's spending a bit of time in this area there, Oz.
Yeah, absolutely. Devils just struggling to get the ball past their and half forward line at the moment. Majority of the play being played in the Pioneers' half. Had 3 or 4 throw-ins from this exact spot as well. Gundry wins that one down for the Pioneers. Dangerous spot, but Sam Collins is the man in pursuit. He's wrapped up in a tackle, looking for Oscar Shaw. Have a repeat throw in. Forward pocket for the Pioneers. Just under 10 minutes to go in this quarter.
Gee, I love watching Sam Collins, the way he goes about his footy. He's just so hard at the footy. Boundary throwing, almost a replay. Over the back, there's a chance for the Pioneers. Roadie, free kick going against the ruckman. It'll be Liam Viney take the kick.
So the Devils bring it out to the outer side. Matt McGuinness with the football. One of the leaders of this team. Oh, well done on the mark there by the Pioneers. McGuinness mops up his own ball, drives down the line on that left shoe. Again, plenty of Pioneers players at the foot of the contest, and they're going to bring this ball back with interest, you'd think. Running through the middle of the ground. Driving ball, perhaps not the best kick inside 50. Oscar Shaw in pursuit. He's got a teammate there in Collins. Your man Tubes. That one goes down the line looking for Walker. Out of bounds for a throw in. So, Ireland to compete with Angus Cole. Cole just shoves Ireland out of the way.
He's a big lad, Cole, isn't he?
Absolutely.
Huge.
Him and Gundry. Really big duo to have in the ruck for the Pioneers, but Harry Ireland competing well so far today. Likely have Joseph Chaplin for support throughout the morning as well. Scrappy ball here in the centre square. Both teams just looking to gain some territory as Pepin fires a handball out in the Mansell direction. Good pressure from him. The Pioneers are going to bring it back though. That kick there from Riley Wilson. Umpire's whistle. Free kick going the way of the Pioneers.
Downfield, and there's a bit of a scrap here at the centre wing area. Someone's obviously been hit after the play. Not happy about it.
There's a lot going on there, it must be said, Tubes.
Yep.
So Riley Evans, in the meantime, he has a shot on goal. It's going to fall short. And the few players who aren't involved in that scuffle in the middle of the ground will compete for the football. Pioneers hack the ball to a really dangerous spot. Players fly. At the foot is Roadie for the Pioneers. Patrick Walker does well enough to just throw him off his kick. Looks like things have just calmed down a little bit now, but we'll keep an eye on that as the game unfolds. Davis, handball out to Ireland. He goes to McGuinness. But the umpire's whistle.
Free kick going to the Devils, I think. They'll bring it back.
So even then, there was still a bit going off the plate.
Bit of heart in it there, Oz, as the ball moves out for half back for the Devils. Nice kick. Out wide, centre wing. Handball over the top to Mansell. Ball goes inside forward 50 on hands and knees. A nice mark taken down there. Is that
Jordan Lane again?
Yeah, he's doing well to get to the right spot, isn't he?
Just drives that ball. Jordan Lane from the paint of 50. He's barely even had a moment to consider his options. He's just wheeled on the right boot, and somehow that's flown through. His second for the morning.
Well, it didn't look like he was trying there,
It didn't at all. I thought he was just trying to hit it to a dangerous spot. Ended up sailing through. So Jordan Lane and Jackson Callow, dangerous duo up there at the moment.
Well, I just like the way Jordan Lane is getting to the right area. He just keeps presenting, and if he's not getting it, he goes back and has another crack. And that was just an opportunistic goal there, and it went through the middle. Unreal.
With so much play being at the Pioneers' end, you think the Devils are just going to have to make the most of any chances they get. At the moment, they only trail by 2 points, with 5 and a bit minutes to go in this opening term. So Lane in the ruck now for the Devils. Really good work through the Pioneers in the middle of the ground. That was Tico Flaherty again. He's getting his hands on the football. Pioneers, little dinky kick inside 50. Patrick Walker, so Matt McGuinness, I should say, for the Devils, does well to get his hands on the football. Pioneers bring it back in. Umpire's whistle. Throw in. No, free kick. So might have even paid the mark, I think, there for the Pioneers tube. So at half forward for them, the outer side. Numbers flooding back into the Devils' defensive 50.
Ginnivan's got the kick here. right on the 50-metre paint. Gets called to play on. Dangerous kick over the top. Got affected by the smother. Big punch by Shaw. Devils will clear it through Reeves. Little worm burner, misadvised, and it goes back to the Pioneers. This one's long and deep, but a nice mark taken back there by Collins. He dribbles it across the line, I should say, behind.
Devils defence with plenty of work to do in this opening term. Pioneers up by 3 points. It's Matt McGuinness with the kick-in duties. Walters, his allocated run, goes down the line looking for Jackson. Punched over the line and out of bounds.
Finn Ellis-Castle's getting the right spot as well. He's playing off a half-back line for the Pioneers, and he's spoiling everything that comes near him. He was the man that tapped it across the line there for this boundary throw-in. Don't mind the move of Lane into the ruck. One down by Gundry. Davis on hands and knees. Couldn't quite get it away. Out the back, here's a chance. Didn't have it, he said. So it's a free kick that'll go to Jackson, but advantage was taken. Now a chance over the back here for Menzie. Menzie gets wrapped up in a nice tackle from Cooper Smith. Goes again. Almost like a replay. Cooper Smith tackles him again. Scrappy stuff over on the wing. We'll see a ball up.
Did like that from Lockie Godomski though, Tubes. Just looking to really surge the ball forward from half back, take the advantage. Ball up, out of wing. Free kick on the way of the Pioneers. Advantage is taken. Surge the ball inside 50 nice and quickly in the direction of Carl. Good work by the Devils defence just to halt this Pioneers surge up. Pioneers have numbers out the back though. It was a wobbling kick heading towards goal. Sam Collins just does enough to see it over the line, and he very quickly wheels and goes. He's got Ryan Mansell at half back, and the Devils will look to be out here. Walker just misses Mansell with the return handball. And Ryan Mansell didn't like the treatment he got there from Sam Conforti.
A little bit of push and shove there between Shishka and Mansell. The captain coming in to defend his teammate Sam Conforti's honour there. That was good stuff by the captain. Ruck contest. One down by Lane. Hard at the footy, maybe a little high one on Mansell. Free kick will be paid. Mansell goes inboard. A little bit of talk here. That worked out okay for Davis. Collins was coming hard. They go back to Shaw. Shaw wider still. It'll be McGuinness to take the footy. Onto the left. Sends it low. Finds a man on the wing is Menzie. Menzie goes one way then the other. Sends a little burner down to his teammate in Stevenson. Goes long to Callow. Can't quite take the grab. It's gone out of bounds on the second touch. Boundary throw-in. First boundary throw-in inside forward 50 for the Devils, I think, there, Oz.
Yeah, absolutely. We've had, don't know how many at the other end, to be honest with the Tubes, but quite a few almost in the exact same spot as that ball comes in. Callow competing in the ruck for the Devils. Wins it down, looking for Jackson. Immediately wrapped up. Just breaks through Jackson. Goalkeeper there for the Pioneers. Under the pump from Barwick, but he'll drive it towards the Pioneers half-back line. Simpson in pursuit here for the Devils. He's immediately wrapped up. Just gets the handball free. Looking for Davis. That one out of bounds. Have a throw in. And just a bit of feeling in this one today, Tubes. These two sides. First time the Devils have played a team for the second time in season 2019. Not sure if there's a few memories from the last game out there as well.
Oh, there would be. With a goal after the siren, you think there would be, Oz, as the boundary throwing comes in. Ireland swung, missed it. Coming through hard at the footy, that was good stuff. Quick handball up by the Pioneers. Ireland kept going. Umpires called a free kick here. It'll go to the Devils. Chug to take it. A lot of left footers in this Tasmanian side as the ball goes high up. Flying high, Lane was at the back. Chance over the top for Reeves if he can get it out the back there. Nice tackle there laid by Pepin. And that ball will go out of bounds for another boundary throw-in.
Devils trying to cry for deliberate, but don't think the umpire was ever going to pay that one. Isaac Chug involved. Underrated player in this Devils team. Works really well with the likes of Jackson Callow in attack as the siren goes. Quarter time at the Twin Ovals in this NAB League clash between Tasmania Devils and the Bendigo Pioneers. The Devils trailing by 4 points at the opening change. Must be said, the Pioneers certainly had more chances in that opening term, their tubes, and I think all things considered, the Devils would be pretty happy to only be 4 points adrift.
Yeah, absolutely, Oz. I think if you looked at the stats, the time in forward half for the Pioneers will be much greater than the Devils. But as you say, they've managed to stay in touch by 4 points. So it is the Pioneers 2-4-16 leading the Devils 2-12. Goal kickers for the Devils, it is Jordan Lane with 2, and then for the Pioneers it was singles to Jack Ginnivan and Mitchell, Seamus Mitchell, I should say.
Absolutely. Take a quick break here at the Twin Ovals and we'll be back with you shortly. Wrap up that opening term and move into the second quarter of this game. Pioneers up by 4 points at the first change.
Second quarter about to get underway here at Kingston Twin Ovals in the NAB League clash between the Tasmania Devils and the Bendigo Pioneers. 4 points separate these two squads, and I'm joined by Anthony Osborne. Oz, what will be the message by the coaches at quarter time?
Yeah, I think he'd still be pretty happy, Adrian Fletcher, from the Devils side of things, as to how well the defence held up. They're under a lot of pressure that quarter. I just think it'll be about using the ball well. They were breaking down across half forward quite a bit in that opening term, and I think the Pioneers would just be more about making the most of their chances when they have them inside 50. They had plenty in that opening term. They'll be looking to really capitalise in the second. Yeah,
6 scoring shots to 2 in that term. Devils going to the left of screen. Harry Island flew high. Gundry wore it better. Big clash of players there at half forward. Out it comes though, and the Devils should clear through Collins. Out wider still, finding Jackson. That kick just had a little bit too much on it, and Conforti will capitalise, going deep inside forward 50, going back with a flight. That's a great mark for the Devils. I think that's Oscar Shaw. Here across the face. Oh, gee. Almost in the arms of Vaz. And out goes Jackson.
So Ethan Jackson drives the ball to half forward in the Stevenson direction. Back into the side today, Colin Stevenson. That ball rolls out of bounds. An opening term. Leading possession winners for the Devils, Matt McGuinness and Sam Collins. Both defensive players, just tells the tale of how that first quarter played out. Devils holding up really well in defence under a lot of pressure. I'm sure they'll be looking to try and win their fair share of inside 50s this quarter.
Bit more of an even spread for the Pioneers in that first term. Gundry and Wilson being the major ball winners with only 5 apiece.
Ollie Davis gets the free kick, drives it long in the Callow direction, just goes over his head. Isaac Chug in pursuit. Jackson Callow decides he'll just run in and pick the ball up himself, but is rolled out of bounds for a throw in. Again, Ollie Davis just looking to drive the ball forward as quickly as he could. And when you've got Callow and Lane up there, you certainly can't blame them. Both looking to be in some good form at the moment.
Particularly with Chug running around the feet of those two big men, and Will Pepin as well coming off a wing.
Lane down, shot on goal, just misses there from the Devils, that one.
Tom
Reeves. Seen a bit of his work with Hutchins there, Tubes. Recently in the side, a fortnight ago against the Knights, kept his spot for today. Done some really good performances with North Hobart and the TSL as well. Long ball from the Pioneers. Down the middle of the ground, but Devils have numbers there just to hold things up. Harry Island competing well at ground level. Really good stuff from the big man. That's the thing that's really impressed me with the Devils. The likes of Callow and Island, really good in the air, but also happy to get their hands dirty and lay tackles at ground level as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Ruck contest at half forward for the Devils. Out it comes for Jackson. Throws it onto the boot. Chaos ball inside forward 50. The first man down there will be a Bendigo Pioneer and Shishka. He runs it out, clears the immediate area, but that one's gone out of bounds on the full. It'll be a free kick going the way of Pat Walker. So Walker from the half-forward position on the Kingston side of Twin Ovals. Sends a long one deep inside forward 50. Big pack forms and it flies out of bounds for a ball in. Dangerous spot here for the Devils.
Ball comes in, Gundry competing. Jordan Lane there for the Devils. He wins the tap down, as we've seen so often today. Repeat stoppage. Lane competing again. Loses that one down to Gundry. Good tackle laid. Another ball up inside the 50. I think this is what the Devils will be after. They've got to lock the ball in there when they can.
Yeah, I reckon that was the directive by Coach Adrian Fletcher, just to lock it in when it's in there as Davis gets tackled. Out it comes though for the Pioneers. Rhodey gets his kick forward and quickly transitions. It's going to be okay though for the Devils because they've got numbers around the footy. Great tackling pressure by the Pioneers, and we'll see a free kick here. It's been pulled out for a sling after the ball.
So it's Jacques Barwick.
Big bars. Number
Big,
60. Heavy
big
number.
Bars. He's a heavy number, isn't there? There's some heavy numbers running around in the Devils outfit today. Speaking of Thomas Reeves, 59. He goes over the top to Ireland. He looks in the Callow direction. He's out of position, but Will Pepin is out the back. He gathers the ball in the pocket. Goes to ground, unable to get back up. Out of bounds for a throw in. Will Pepin down there, he just shows so many glimpses. Really talented player, part of the Allies squad.
Boundary throw in. Nice tap down by Callow. Picked up and cleared though by Wilson. Wilson finds his teammate in Elias at the half-back. Has a short option on if he wants. Decides against that. Sells a bit of candy. Sending it long. Down towards his big ruckman in Cole. Handball came over the top. Trying to find Atwell. And that's caught holding the footy. Great tackle, McGuinness. So McGuinness from half-back. Looks inboard. Has a man there, but his kick was terrible. And Ginnivan just chops it off. And he could make him pay.
Yeah, it was a risky kick from McGuinness. In the end,
had a lot of numbers.
Yeah.
Had a lot of numbers in through that middle corridor, but the kick was just a little bit too left. He might have sliced it a little bit, and it's landed in the arms of this man, Jack Ginnivan. Kicked 2 goals last time these teams played. He's kicked 1 behind today already. So from a tough spot, distance may trouble him just. He'll kick right on 50. And trying to get that extra yardage, he's sprayed it across the face, 1 behind.
It's Matt McGuinness to bring the ball back in. Usually a really good user. Not his best work just before, but Devils let off the hook. McGuinness just assesses his options. Looks like he'll just go straight down the middle. Looking for Joseph Chaplin, unable to complete the mark. Risky ball as the Pioneers look to bring the ball back inside 50. Pack forms underneath it. Brave mark taken in the end by that man, Noah Walsh. He's been busy so far today. He goes inboard and finds Dick O'Flaherty just outside 50. He looks to launch. Plenty of metres on that boot there from Dick O'Flaherty, but just goes through to the right-hand side. Minor score. So the Pioneers again repeat shots on goal.
2-6 here, Oz. They haven't been able to put the Devils away just now. So 8 scoring shots to 3. The Pioneers are absolutely dominating Tasmania at the moment. As McGuinness sends it long. Down towards your man there, Chaplin. Mark wasn't paid. Burrows Cheng continues on. And his hands and feet. That was good touch there by Pepin. Nice tackle and follow up by Pepin. Scrappy stuff. It's a bit of a rolling maul. Out it comes though, clearing kick by Chaplin. Deep inside forward 50, going back with the flight. That's a great mark taken by Will Wallace. And he handballs quickly, plays on nicely to Shashkia. Out for Wallace. The short one finds Menzie on the opposing team.
So Jai Menzie, half forward for the Devils, looking to go inboard at the moment. Moves around, takes the man on in the mark, does Jai Menzie. Looks to get some meterage, misses his handball to Wally Davis. Not his best work there, Jai Menzie. Devils just looking to try and split this. Umpire says
Great
holding
tackle.
the ball. Really good tackle. Free kick going the way. Harry Island been really impressive so far as the big man. So he just drives that ball to the hot spot inside 50, looking for Lane. Unable to get there in the right position. Pioneers player claiming a mark. The umpire says play on. And he'll have it his way. So I'm assuming that was a touch ball there, Tubes.
Yeah. I don't know why he couldn't get rid of it then, why that wasn't
Yep.
holding the footy, maybe. Anyway, umpire's in the right spot. Ruck contest, deep inside 450. Free kick's been pulled out deep behind the play. It'll be a free kick. I don't know, maybe they're just going to replay it. Not sure what happened there, Oz. Not sure. Anyway, the umpire's in control. It's good. Quick clearing kick from the Pioneers. Harry Island's got his name all over this one, but coming through hard. The Devils will clear it. It's coming straight back, though. Quick kick forward by Smith. Big fly over the back. Harry Island went hard at the man. Worked him off the ball. McGuinness through the middle of the ground. Couldn't quite take the mark. Pioneers now with the ascendancy in this area. Out to the stack hat, the armadillo. Pops it up. That's Lias. There's Mansell, who's going to get it back in the old 1-2. Touch ball. Play on, says the umpire. Big fist away. That was good work by Riley Clark, and we'll see a boundary throw in.
The ball just ping-ponging between the two half-forwards there, Tubes. Really big fan of the armadillo.
It's really quite scrappy, isn't it?
It is.
I don't know, maybe there's a bit of Stewie Dew on the ground, but Harry Island has no trouble grabbing it out of there. That was good stuff and a nice pick-up by Adams. Handball came over the top from Pep and missed the mark. Almost a high tackle against Stevenson, and we'll see a ball up right on the forward 50 for the Devils.
So 5 points the difference at the moment. 2-1 to the Pioneers at 2-6. Devils needing to make the most of any chances they get at the moment. That one wrapped up. Sparrows Chang. Ball up right on the paint of 50 here for the Devils. Certainly more play in this half of the ground in this quarter, which would please Coach Adrian Fletcher. Jackson immediately wrapped up. Liam Viney's there as well. Another stoppage. So Liam Viney, plenty of midfield minutes today for him. He's played most of the season as a defender. It's part of the NAB league, getting players exposure in different positions. Handball out there. Finds can 40. Good mark by Oscar Shaw across half back. So he goes out wide to his Lauderdale teammate in Matt McGuinness.
McGuinness from half back has numbers in board if he wants to go in that direction, decides to. Finds Viney. Viney from the true centre wing. Sends it long. And a nice strong mark down there to Mansell, who plays on quickly looking for Lane. Lane with strength. Takes a good clunker from a tough position to kick a goal here at the Twin Ovals. But it was a great build-up by the Tigers. Starting with a nice mark down at half-back to Oscar Shaw. It's a Lane from a pocket. It's a wrong side for a right footer. Send it through the behind. 1 point.
Jordan Lane marking well so far today.
He is, isn't he?
Ian Callow would give opposition defences plenty of headaches, I imagine.
Everyone else seems to be finding issues with the slippery Sharon, but not big Geordie Lane.
So the Pioneers bring it off half back. Down the line, Jai Menzies tries to get a hand to it. Pioneers have numbers in support, cutting through the middle of the ground. They're finding Mitchell. Dinky kick to half forward, finds Evans, who wheels around. No one's home though, just Oscar Shaw for the Devils. The mullet at Oscar Shaw. Curly mullet, you're a big fan of that, Tubes.
Yeah, I like it. I like it heaps. Shaw.
Oh, not his best work. Oh, the Pioneers, opportunistic goal. Touched, I tell you what, they were celebrating like it was a goal. Oscar Shaw has just been let off. Some really good work there on the mark, it must be said, by Gundry. But
yep.
Oscar Shaw, not his best work.
Well, you can't kick over a bloke who's 6'6" and expect to kick it over him when you're directly in front of him, can you?
200 centimetres, Gundry.
Big
He's
unit.
a very big player. McGuinness brings that one out. He finds Jai Menzies at half back.
Like the way Menzies going about today's game. He plays on out wider, but that one's going to be chopped off there by Rhodey. And 50 metres, that's unnecessary. Little push after the mark was taken. I think it was Simpson against Simpson. So a bit of feeling in this game. But Rhodey has been brought from just forward to centre at the wing to deep inside forward 50. A tough angle here. Not the toughest though. And he comes. And sends it home. So there we go. 50 metre penalty resulting in a goal to the Pioneers, and that margin now shoots out to 11 points there, Oz.
Yeah, the Pioneers with their third goal, but as you mentioned a couple of times, they really are all over the Devils at the moment. 3-7-25 to 2-2-14. 11 minutes to go in this second quarter, and Devils have had a lot of ball in their forward half throughout this second quarter, but the Pioneers able to capitalise there. We Saw the Devils led off just a moment ago with Oscar Shaw's mishap. So back in the middle. Lane wins that one down for the Devils in the direction of Davis. Walker coming off the wing. Just feeds the ball out to Viney.
Need a goal here, the Tigers. The Devils. What am I saying? Come on.
He's home of the Tigers, Kingston's Twin Ovals tubes. Yellow and black on the 50-metre arc. One out of bounds and just a little bit of feeling over the boundary as well.
Must be said I'm a thylacine man there, Oz, but I do love the Devils too. So a boundary throw in. Just inside the forward 50 for the Devils. Callow wins it down. A little confusing with the Twin Ovals here. Another whistle went in the background. Callow just went over and got it, but wrapped up by about 6 Pioneers. And we'll see a ball up.
It's a great precinct down here at Kingston Tubes. Got some junior football on the back oval. Soccer just over the road as well. Bit of volleyball there between the two sides. Walker lays the tackle. Ball spills out the back. Pepin's trying to pressure for the Devils, but the Pioneers have numbers. Down the line, Jordan Lane has the sit on this ball, unable to complete the mark. Just spills over Chaplin's head as well. Chuck Barwick there for the Devils, but Pioneers with plenty of numbers. Perhaps taken higher one of the Pioneers players. Ollie Davis wheels around on his right. Scrappy ball at half forward. Ryan Mansell with a touch of class goes out to Paddy Walker. He just topples the ball over to Ben Simpson, who's immediately wrapped up in a big tackle by Riley Clark.
Yeah, huge.
Really good tackle from him. Boy from Echuca. The Devils, they look to be out there, Tubes, but Riley Clark with some great pressure.
And they build him tough up there in Echuca, that's for sure. He goes backwards, finds Maxted going over the top to his teammate for the Pioneers. That's not the best kick there from Big Gundry. He'll be disappointed with that. Beg your pardon, it was Ben Worm. So it'll be a free kick going the way of the Devils. Zach Adams to take it.
Zach Adams at his home ground of the Twin Ovals. Dinky little kick over the top. Finds Paddy Walker. One of the more consistent performers for the Devils in 2019. Drives the ball inside 50. Will Pepin was the target. He dishes a handball off, but the Pioneers have numbers through Hickman.
That was a really great kick into the forward 50 there, Oz, because it was just a space, and the man was leading towards that area, but a really dangerous kick to open space inside forward 50 was good by the Devils, and it's worked out that it's been kept down there, and we'll see a boundary throw-in.
Boundary throw-in comes in. One down by Lane. Devils have some numbers out the side. Shot on goal. Just kept in play by the Pioneers. I don't know how that wasn't rushed through for a behind. Just almost a little back tap there by the player, Will Wallace. He's been productive so far, as Wallace.
Braveheart, William Wallace down there. Great work by him to just keep it in. Umpire in a great spot too, so it was good work by the umpire. Boundary throw-in, as we've seen so many from this area. Jackson Keller wins it down. Quick kick by, this might be a free kick going against the Pioneers down here. And I reckon Mansell might have just done a little bit of angry stuff after the ball was cleared.
Given 50 as well.
Yep, and 50. So Jeremy Rohde, the retaliator in that contest, has been given a free kick against and a 50-metre and been sent off. So this will mark this one down. Mansell kicks his first, and the Devils get within 5.
Yeah, it's a really important goal for the Devils. Pioneers have been all over them. Just some ill discipline there from the Pioneers. And just with that kick that went out, don't want to take away from the bravery Cooper Smith show. He went back with the flight to compete with Harry Ireland, and although in the end the ball went straight back there, put his body on the line. Ryan Mansell in the thick of the action in that opening term, a bit of the argy-bargy. North Launceston Premiership player. He's on the scoreboard for the first time today.
Doesn't take a backward step, Ryan Mansell, that's for sure. So he gets his first, the first for the Devils in this term. 6 minutes to go in this second term. Ruck contest, one down by Gundry. Over the back for Davis. Got his handball up. Gundry's going to get it again. Send it deep inside forward 50. Coming out to meet it. That was the big man, Cole. And clearing the footy was Collins. Collins out now to the wing.
Burrows Chang, another Tigers product. He goes down the line, only as far as Pioneer's opponent. Little worm burner up to the wing, unable to complete the mark. Plenty of bodies around this football at the moment. Just a rolling scrum. Eventually the ball breaks through, but only over the line for a throw in.
Seen a lot of that today, Oz, haven't we? The rolling scrum, as you called it. I don't know whether it's just maybe a bit of nervousness about the boys. They can't get their hands on the footy initially, or maybe the pressure's just too great out there from both teams. But it's been a pretty scrappy affair.
Ball comes in, one down by Gundry. As far as his Devils opponent, Sam Collins does a bit of a dance immediately. Gets the handball off. Some great work there from Barwick. Probably unlucky not to get a free kick. Jai Menzies, recipient of a clever little soccer pass through the middle of the ground. McGuinness down the line. It finds Will Pepin right in front of us.
Sultan Pepin to take the kick from centre wing. Sends it down towards lane. Callow was the man that flew. Over the back though. Pioneers should clear this area. Great pressure from the Devils, though, deep inside their forward 50. Happy to see it across the line. Stevenson. That was great pressure down there. I think it was Tom Reeves who was chasing his opponent down there for the Devils, just to keep a bit of pressure on the player with the footy. And we see a boundary throw in for the Devils.
Ball comes in. Callow competing for the Devils. Wins the ball down, looking for Burrows Chang. Unable to find space. Pioneers mop up through Worm. Scrappy ball here. Dangerous position for the Pioneers. Shot on goal from Adams. Just misses to the right-hand side. Devils just starting to have a few shots on goal now. 3-3-21 plays 3-7-25. Dying stages of this second term. Double fist there from Paddy Walker. See a boundary throw in at half forward for the Devils. Lovely conditions down here at the Twin Ovals. As you mentioned before, I still think there is a bit of dew on the ground, but wonderful conditions apart from that. It's usually a pretty windy venue.
No real breeze to speak of, which is unusual, as Gundry wins it down but taps it straight to the Devils, and they go deep inside forward 50, right area. The Pioneer down there is Clark. Clark from almost his full-back line. Sends it long. McGuinness to the right spot, was probably held in the contest. Umpire couldn't see. Pepin up. Davis got his kick away. Chance now for Walker. Into Reeves. Reeves over the top, just a little bit too much on it for Adams. Quick kick forward there by the Devils. Over the back, Callow plays on quickly, goal.
Terrific work there from the Devils. Love the work of Zach Adams. Just got the ball on the boot really quickly. Callow got himself in the right position and was never going to miss from there. Really good surge football from the hosts.
Yeah, intensity and pressure around the footy has been great from the Devils in this term. And it puts them in front there, Oz, by 2 points.
It's hard to believe 10 minutes ago that the Devils were potentially going to take a lead into the main break. Up by 2 at the moment, just making the most of their opportunities. Really good stuff there from Zach Adams to set that goal up, and Jackson Callow on the board for the first time today.
Just got one over the back. No shame in that. It was a good little mark, and he played on quickly. Harry Island in the ruck. Up against Gundry. Bounces up into Island's arms. Unusual kicking style there, but it works out for the Pioneers. Ironside gets a clearing kick down towards his teammate Elias, who takes a mark. Just forward to centre wing. Deep down in towards the forward pocket, looking for his mate Atwell. Couldn't mark it, out of bounds. Boundary thrown inside forward 50 for the Pioneers.
So, a minute and 15 seconds to go. Coach Adrian Fletcher will be desperate for his side not to concede a late goal here. 2 points up are the Devils at the moment. Ireland just whacks that ball.
Volleyball
Plenty of meterage on that, looking for Menzies. Hurried kick down the line. Finds Callow. Dishes a handball over the top. Some tidy little tap work from the Pioneers, but the Devils are going to bring this ball to half forward. Numbers at the foot of the contest. Viney paddles the ball forward, immediately forms a contest. We'll have a ball up. Dying stages of this opening half. It's been scrappy football, but an absorbing contest. Gundry wins that ball decisively. Viney dishes a handball off to Ireland, who's been really impressive in this opening half. Walsh there for the Pioneers, as is Evans. Hacked ball to half forward. Godomski under the pump, ragdolled in the tackle, just gets the ball out. There's 9 seconds to go. Devils bring the ball to half forward. Is there still time for a shot on goal? Driving ball inside 50 in the direction of Jordan Lane. Unable to compete the mark. Ball goes out of bounds, and that is half time at the Twin Ovals. Tasmania 4-3-27. Bendigo Pioneers 3-7-25.
Goal kickers for the Devils. It was 2 to Jordan Lane in the first term, then singles to Ryan Mansell and Jackson Callow in that second term. For the Pioneers, just the 3. Seamus Mitchell, Jack Ginnivan and Jeremy Rohde with the goals for the Pioneers. So an entertaining affair in this first half there, Oz. Better players for the Devils?
Yeah, I think that opening term, Matt McGuinness, Sam Collins racked up plenty of the ball across half back. Jordan Lane been really lively inside 50, and I've really liked the game of Harry Ireland. He's competed well right across the ground. I think they're probably the major contributors so far for the Devils, but you just saw a few of those players start to work their way into the game as the quarter unfolded.
Yeah, I think so. For the Pioneers, I think Aaron Gundry's been great in the ruck. He's probably won most of the ruck contest there, but as you say, Harry Ireland competing against him very well. He's been well supported down back by Will Wallace, Dick O'Flaherty, and Jack Ginnivan up front for the Pioneers has probably been the most dangerous. We'll take a quick break here from the Kingston Twin Ovals. More NAB League action coming up in just a few moments. Stick around. Welcome back to Kingston Ovals, the twin ovals down here. It's the Devils 4-3-27 to the Pioneers 3-7-25. A 2-point margin in favour of Tasmania. Third quarter about to get underway. My name is Tubes Taylor. I'll be joined shortly by Anthony Osborne, who's just doing a little bit of technical work. Quarter about to get underway. Big ruck contest, Gundry. Free kick against the Devils, holding off the ball. So the Pioneers send it forward through Walsh. Flying hard at the footy there was Ginnivan. And a high tackle here. It'll go the way of... Looks like it'll go to Big Cole. Handball's off to a runner, sends a worm burner down, but chopping off nicely. That is Davis. Davis out wide finds Pepin. Pepin's got Callow long if he wants. He goes in that direction. Just a little bit of a falcon work there for the Devils. And ball in. We've got Oz there. Hello, Oz.
G'day, Tubes. Yep, great to be here for the second half. Big second half coming up. Ball comes in. Harry Island wins the ball down. Well roved there. Walsh for the Pioneers. He's ball only as far as Sam Collins. Sam Collins is football in a nutshell. Courageous mark running back with the flight, absolutely. Looks to switch to Oscar Shaw. He's immediately under the pump. Big Angus Cole making his presence felt. Floating ball to a hot spot here for the Pioneers. Devils should be able to get it free through Godomski. Scrappy ball.
Needed to give hands there.
Under the pump now is the Tasmanian defence. Although led off through Barwick, but it's swooping on the loose ball. The Pioneers hit the scoreboard. Seamus Mitchell, he kicks his second. I thought the Pioneers might have let the Devils off the hook there, but Seamus Mitchell swooped on the loose ball and he's powered through his second for the morning. Pioneers draw first blood in the second half.
Yeah, brilliant work there by Mitchell just to rove that footy. Great smother back in the contest there off the boot of Ollie Davis, I think it was. And Mitchell gets his second. One in the first. And, of course, one now in this early stages of the third term. The Pioneers are now up by 4 points.
It's exactly what the Pioneers would have been after. I'm sure Rick Coburn, head coach, would have had some stern words to his troops at the main break. Back in the middle, that ball's one down. Pioneers through a web of handballs, bring it out wide to Worm. Goes down the line, but only as far as Matt McGuinness.
He's been good, McGuinness.
Absolutely. Looking for Ireland there. Intercepted by Pioneers player in Worm. Starting to get his hands on the football. Good pressure here, but again, good hands from the Pioneers. Ben Simpson's there for the Devils. He receives another handball there. McGuinness running through the centre square. Goes out wide to Callow, the big man on the run. Drives the ball inside 50, looking for Jordan Lane. That one tapped out of bounds, I know. Might be a minor score. So, Devils on the board in the second half. Some scrappy play moving it forward, but
Ellis
this ball in.
Ellis Castle's been very good down there for the Pioneers. Great work by him. They move it out now. Quick moving of the ball by Wallace. Goes long, finds a teammate out at the paint. Sends it low. Good strong grab down there. Read it beautifully. The Pioneers doing a bit of work here through the middle of the ground. That kick was a little untoward. It'll be picked up by Walsh. A little bit of candy sold here by the Pioneers, and the quick kick forward to a 2-on-1 in favour of the Tigers. The bounce favours the Pioneers. Here they come. Quickly through the middle. Mitchell sends it home and long and strong. Another goal for Seamus Mitchell. Gee. How good did that look from start to finish there? From right deep at full back. A little bit of scrappy stuff here at their half-back line there, Oz, but a great transition to play by the Pioneers.
Yeah, absolutely. Good quick ball movement. And Seamus Mitchell has just shown a bit of class inside 50. 2 goals in opening couple of minutes of this half. Backing up his goal in the opening term as well. He really looks to be a dangerous player. 2002 born as well. It's one of the younger players in this Pioneers team. Really impressive from him. The Devils find themselves on the back foot. Early runnings in the third quarter.
Back in the middle. Gundry wins it down only as far There's Jackson, who sends it inside forward 50, meeting it there. Nice work here, off to Ollie Davis, who needs to get a little bit more journey on this, but Wallace will go back with the flight, take the mark. He looks out, finds Worm. Worm runs it through that half-back line, sends it long, and a massive mark there to Mitchell, who's come out of nowhere. Not sure what happened to him in the second term. We didn't call his name all that much. His kick can't quite get there, and it's a mark taken by McGuinness.
Seamus Mitchell floating on air at the moment. A good couple of minutes, but at the moment the Devils have the ball on the wing. Ethan Jackson drives the ball inside 50, looking for Callow. Slides on his knees, takes a good mark on his chest. Immediately, Wilson goes, looking for Menzie, just unable to get the ball over the top. So the Pioneers have the ball in the back pocket. And Simpson on the mark here for the hosts. Devils looking to lock the ball in. Mark taken by Riley Wilson.
Good kick.
Really good kick from him to Ellis Castle, your man Tubes.
Yeah, like him.
Out wide to Elias, unable to complete the mark. Davis doing well. Again, numbers for the Pioneers. Webs of handballs getting them out of trouble. Dick O'Flaherty involved. Right on the interchange bench.
Good tackle.
Really good tackle. Umpire Butler.
Simpson it was. Maybe caught him a little high.
So free kick going the way of the Pioneers. Riley Wilson. His hands on the football a bit in his third term. Taking his allotted time. Looking for a runner. That's what he gets. Kick inside 50 from Liam Latch. Good mark taken. Uncontested in the end. That's Kai Atwell. Looks to straighten up. Devils with 3 players around this contest. Competing well is Cooper Smith for the Pioneers. That one wrapped up. Nick Butler would take it. Have a ball up. He has umpire actually blown the whistle as well there, Tube. So I think a little bit extra going on at the bottom of the pack. Ryan Mansell involved. Surprise, surprise. And it's been reversed.
Yeah. Well, you can't do that. If you've got a free kick, you've got to let it go.
Don't think the Devils coaching box would be too happy with that.
No. It'll be a free kick going the way of the captain, Shishka. So from right inside the centre square. He's having a shot here by the looks of things. Decides to, against it, to pop it up. Devils now through, not sure who that was, Jacques, it might have been Barwick. Good effort by Chug, but it's going to be wrapped up here for Smith. Going back in board. Finds a man, Shishka, who's everywhere at the minute, across the ground. Nice mark taken by the Pioneers, deep inside forward 50, numbers over the back. Devils need to clear this, but they can't. Pioneers doing well to lock it in. Quick kick forward here. Bit of a tough one, out of bounds on the full.
James Shishka really starting to stamp his authority on this contest.
Insert himself, isn't he? He's the captain's quarter almost so far.
Absolutely. Part of the Vic Country squad. McGuinness just chips that one over to Collins. Right on the goal line. Back to McGuinness.
Racking up the dream team points, these two.
Joel and Patrick Bowden springs to mind. So the Devils strapped in the back pocket at the moment. Davis driving the ball up to half back. Mark not taken by Cooper Smith. The Pioneers with some numbers. Shishka again involved, as is Jeremy Rohde. And Worm on the outer side. Looks to take Jai Menzie on. In the end, just an up and under kick. All punched away by Matt McGuinness, but Pioneers with numbers at the foot of the contest. Pioneers inside 50 once again. Sam Collins doing what Sam Collins does. Chops the ball off and goes out wide to Mansell. Runner on in Pepin, who just tucks the ball under the arm, decides to have a bounce. Under the pump, gets the ball out to Stevenson. Not sure how Cullen Stevenson got rid of that football. The umpire agrees. Umpire Sam Bridges.
Yeah, you're not allowed to chuck it, unfortunately. So Shishka will take the kick. Sends it to Rohde. got a man over the back here in Cole if he wants to go there. Decides against it. Comes out wide to Ironside. Goes back to the captain, Shishka. Shishka sends it low, finds Hickman. So they're happy to just possess the footy at the moment and wait for the options. Oh, there. Cut off nicely by Davis. Davis quickly down towards Callow. Callow from a tough spot. Behind.
Just gets himself in good positions, Jackson Callow. Really good body work, but in the end, decision to play on, probably not his best one.
I didn't mind that, though, from the Pioneers just possessing the footy.
Yep.
There wasn't a lot of options. They could have gone long, deep to a contest, but as you say, Sam Collins doing what Sam Collins does, just floating across at that half-back line, playing a great game of footy at the moment.
Haven't seen a lot of tempo football so far today. It's been pretty scrappy surge footy for the most part. Pioneers just chipping the ball around the defensive side at the moment. James Shishka having a big third quarter as the captain. Lively last time these two teams played with 2 goals and 18 touches. He goes to Maxted, Kobe Maxted. Switches the ball to Ellis Castle. Another player who's been pretty productive. He goes to Ginnivan. Down the line. Good ball there. Finds Seamus Mitchell, who's having some sort of third quarter. Chips the ball inside 50.
Gee, that's a great kick.
Easy as you like.
Beautiful stuff from Seamus Mitchell. I think we've got Riley Wilson out there. Maybe. No. It's Kai Atwell.
Done a couple of good things today, Atwell.
Took that one going flat out too. So he'll kick from just inside the 50. It's a nice roost. It's just fading a little bit though behind. So 5-8-38, the Pioneers play the Devils 4-5-29. A 9-point margin with 13 minutes to go in this third term. Davis. That's Collins, I should say. Get those two confused. They're very similar players. As the ball comes inboard for the Pioneers through Wilson. Nice work to Rhodey. Rhodey with time and space. Sends it long down into the pocket. Another behind. So rushed over the line. 5-9-39, a 10-point margin.
Sam Collins again with the kick-in duties. Ships the ball to Lockie Godomski. Yeah, Davis Collins and Jacques Barwick all with the man buns at the moment as well, Tubes. Makes it difficult.
I feel about that.
That ball, in the end, no one really goes for it. Out of bounds. Throw in on the outer side. So 10-point margin at the moment in favour of the Pioneers. Seamus Mitchell really lighting things up in this third quarter. That ball comes in. Joseph Chaplin competing in the ruck against Cull. Chaplin wins it down. Bodies everywhere around this football. Good work from Lias there just to find a little bit of space. Web of handballs for the Pioneers. Ball just dribbles inside 50. Swooping in on it. Seamus Mitchell, that man shot on goal. It's not going to make the distance. Oscar Shaw with a bit of work to do. Happy to see it roll out of bounds. Again, every time he gets his hands on the football, just feel like something's going to happen.
I went out at half-time there, Oz, and had a look at the ground. It is quite dewy underfoot, so that's probably why it's been a little bit scrappy in this first half. It's certainly taken a step up in this third term, though, that's for sure, as it's scrappy here at half-forward. Hands and knees stuff there from the Devils. Handball came out, so no one in particular. Works out okay. Here comes Collins with a worm burner. Over the back here for Chug. Chug with a little throw over his back shoulder. Went back and got it. Did Godomski. Tackle without it, perhaps, holding the footy. Playing on quickly there, Wilson. Had a man in Rhodey. Rhodey got a handball to a man in the dangerous spot there for Worm. Quick handball over. Here we go. Great work and gather there by Dick O'Flaherty. And a free kick. Well, he attacked the footy.
Yep.
And 52 for mouthing off. So I think that might have been against Ollie Davis there.
Yeah, that's
You just
not what the
can't-
Devils can afford at the moment, is it, Tubes? Pioneers
Can't
with all
do
the
that.
running. This makes it an absolute certainty.
So Dick O'Flaherty gets his first of the game and extends that margin out to 16 points. As I say, just attack on the footy there, Oz, was just terrific, and he earned the free kick.
Absolutely, and then just some ill discipline creeping in for the Devils. This third term, not quite going the way Coach Adrian Fletcher would have liked. 4-5-29 to 6-9-45 now. Big couple of minutes coming up for the Devils. Will Pepin been thrown into the middle of the ground. Reeves and Davis in there from a Tasmanian perspective as well. Umpire Butler throws that ball up. Chaplin wins it down straight to Thomas Reeves. Ollie Davis gets on the end of it, dishes the handball out wide to Collins. Couple of allies, stars of the making, linking up. Jackson Callow, strong mark at half forward. Again, wheels and goes, looking for Jordan Lane. He's held without it, you'd think. Isaac Chugg competing for the ball. The umpire says play on. The Pioneers bring it out. This time through Liam Latch. Good work from Colin Stevenson at half forward. Have a throw in just outside the Devils attacking 50. Jordan Lane wasn't too happy with the umpire's decision there.
Just got to keep playing there, Geordie, as the ball comes in at half forward for the Devils. Nice high throw in. Lane won it down, looking for Davis. Coming through and meeting it. That was a good attack on the footy by Wilson. And a strong grab by the Pioneers. Handballed off quickly did Hickman. Had a running man in Latch who goes forward again. Now time and space as the kick for the Devils goes down towards Callow, who found his way to the front of the pack. Through with pace though, the Pioneers will clear the footy and it'll find Lias.
Outstanding work there from the Pioneers. Lias goes down the line. A couple of teammates there. Jack Evans dishes off to Braden Vaz. Goes inboard, risky kick, but it pays off well. Angus Cole, he finds a runner as the Pioneers bring the ball inside 50 once more. Oscar Shaw's at the back though. Easy pickings for him.
Gee, reads the ball well, Oscar Shaw. Just love the way he goes about it. Out it comes through Simpson. Simpson, who played for Scotch Oakburn College last week in the Independent Schools Grand Final. One of the best on ground, finds Chaplin. Goes further afield. And the Devils now down towards Lane. Worked his way beautifully. Maybe a free kick there, no. Umpire said it was in the contest. Brilliant tackle laid. The crowd goes a bit berserk. And the Pioneers will clear. Maybe a little push in the back. No, out of bounds. We'll see a boundary throw in.
Touched on Ben Simpson and Oscar Shaw before. A couple of players with a fair bit of TSL experience behind them now as well. It's good to see these guys who played a couple of years of senior football now really being able to play consistent under-18s football as well. So that ball comes back in. True centre wing. Umpire Butler will take that ball again. So 16 points the margin at the moment. Joseph Chaplin kicks the ball on the ground, just trying to get some meterage here for the Devils. Burrows Cheng. Burrows in. He goes to Viney. Hacks the ball inside 50. And again, Jackson Callow just reads the ball better than anyone else. Takes the mark on the chest, and I think he'll fancy himself from this position.
It's just the advantage of playing in front as he plays on quickly. Gets a little bit more meterage. Sends it up towards Lane. Lane's in the right spot here. Just can't get the mitts on it. Out of bounds. Touched.
Seen Jackson Callow, I should say, really happy to wheel around and play on today.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that, Oz, like as far as the tactic behind it, trying to gain a few metres, because you always do exactly what he did, pulls it across the body a little bit too far. Ruck contest, Lane wins it down. Pioneers under heaps of pressure. Scrappy stuff here just in front of the box for the Devils. Ball up. Yeah, I think you're right, though. Jackson Callow's just reading the ball better than anyone in the forward line for the Devils.
Yep.
And that's the advantage of playing in front.
Ball one down by Chaplin. Again, just so many bodies around the football. Pioneers able to drive it down the line. Got a runner there in Conforti. Ball moved further down the line. Oscar Shaw's in pursuit. Dare say he'll take it over. No, he tries to keep it in. Conforti, fantastic tackle. And the Pioneers are out here. Quick kick there from Ginnivan. Looks and finds Matt Lyas. A good tackle laid, and the Devils might just get away with this one.
Nick Baker did really well there. Last man on defence and just managed to wrap up Conforti and Matt Lyas in a tackle. It was great work.
So a scrappy ball here on the outer side. Both sides just struggling to control the tempo at the moment. Colin Stevenson tries to impact the contest with the mark taken. I think it's Riley Wilson out there. Just in front of the Kingborough Tigers club rooms. He goes inboard to Dicko Flaherty.
He's coming to the game a bit, Dicko Flaherty.
Howes just chips the ball up, and Sam Collins, unable to quite complete the mark, lays the tackle, as does Liam Viney. Great stuff from him.
Push in the back.
The umpire says it was a push in the back, so good pressure from the Devils, but Pioneers beneficiary. Looks like he's going to set himself here as well, Tubes. I don't mind that.
Yeah. This is what I know. He's handballed off quickly to a running man in Ironside who sends it long, right deep to the top of the square, and it's touched over the line for a behind. Quick shout out to Alex Fitzgerald, who's watching the live stream out there. Hello to you, Fitzy. He's told us to treat ourselves to a killer python from the elite Kingborough canteen.
He is a big fan of the Twin Ovals, is Alex Fitzgerald.
Well, he knows me well. I've already done it.
Toblerone as well, I saw, Tubes.
Out it comes now. Viney needs to get the handball over the top, finds a man down there in Stevenson, who goes backwards to Simpson. Quick kick forward by Viney in the Callow and Lane direction. Big fist from over the back. Kobe Maxted. And we'll see another ball in.
Doesn't win as much football as some of his teammates, but I just love the way Liam Viney goes about his football, Tubes. The co-vice captain of this team from the Northwest Coast.
I'm going to say it. I said it last game that I called to the Devils. He's my favourite player at the Devils.
I love that. I love that from you.
He's my favourite player at the Devils.
As that ball comes in, Will Pepin with a bit of room to move, tucks the ball under the arm. He's in a dangerous position now as Will Pepin. Shot on goal. Misses to the right-hand side. Few players more electrifying in this team than Will Pepin when he's up and running.
Oh, yeah, I like him too.
Certainly has wheels. Unable to quite finish that one off, but I like him just taking the game on. 16 points the difference now. Just under 3 minutes to go in this third quarter.
Latch goes back towards his defender. Again across the face of goal. Finds Will Wallace. Wallace happy again to just get the dream team points up to Ironside. Ironside plays on quickly. A little push in the back there from Harry Island. Couldn't quite take the mark. Oh, just through the fingertips though. Nice work there again from Lyas. Got his handball over the top. Quick one there by Seamus, who's one of our favourite players from the Pioneers. Quickly kicked off the ground nicely there by Atwell. Brodie's going to be there, but McGuinness should clear for the Devils.
McGuinness been one of the better performers for the Devils today. His ball just bouncing the outer side. Bit of work to do for Zach Adams. Does well in the end, and McGuinness made up plenty of ground and received the handball. Down the line looking for Stevenson. Ball out of bounds. So Colin Stevenson back into the side today from Devonport. He's played a few roles for the Devils this year. Bit of time on the wing, bit of time as a key forward as well. Certainly a versatile player at Adrian Fletcher's disposal. So that ball comes back in. Harry Island competing with Gundry, as they have so often today. Really good tackle laid there by the Pioneers. Umpire happy to let this one go, but now he'll take it. Umpire Bridges, another ball up, centre wing. Dying stages of the third quarter, 16 points the difference in favour of the Bendigo Pioneers.
Ruck contest, one down by Cole. Might be Gundry actually. It was. Handballed over the top. McGuinness stops and starts towards Island. Meeting the footy nicely was Evans. Tubes has a hiccup. And the play on goes through Barwick. Barwick short, trying to find Stevenson. There's a couple out here for the Devils. Again, Barwick gets his kick smothered. Scrappy stuff on that far wing in front of the grandstand. And the umpire's pulled out a free kick. It looks like it's going to Jacques Barwick.
So 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Time running out here for the Devils. Drives the ball in the Callow direction. What a mark, Jackson Callow. just reads the play so well.
Reads it well, but just finds the drop of the ball and plays in front.
Yep.
It's a true full forward positioning by him, and he just took the mark, and he's going to have a kick after the siren here to bring the margin back to 10 points. And after being soundly beaten in this term, I think Adrian Fletcher will be happy with that for the Devils.
So big moment here for Jackson Callow. He's lining up his second goal of the day. Begins his approach now. North Launceston start. Shot on the way. And he's kicked it, Jackson Callow. A big moment for him and a big moment for the Tassie Devils. They go into the final break full of momentum. Just 10 points adrift of the Bendigo Pioneers.
The Bendigo Pioneers 6-10-46 lead the Devils 5-6-36. Goal kickers for the Pioneers. It is 3 to Seamus Mitchell with an electric third term from him. Then singles to Jeremy Rohde, Jack Ginnivan and Jake Dick O'Flaherty for the Devils. 2 to Jordan Lane, 2 to Jackson Callow and 1 to Ryan Mansell. Some ball winners for the game so far. Matt McGuinness has had 27 touches off half back there, Oz. Sam Collins with 16. Shishka with 14, Walsh with 14, and Worm, who came into the game in that term as well, with 14 as well. Walsh has had 14 too, and Ollie Davis rounds out the top 6 with 13 touches.
Absolutely. Matt McGuinness and Sam Collins have been so vital for the Devils across half back. Really big final term coming up. 10 points of difference. Tasmania 5-6-36. The Bendigo Pioneers 6-10-46. We'll take a very short break and be back with you shortly to bring you the final term action.
final instalment about to get underway from the Twin Overs down here at Kingborough. Dog barking in the background, you can hear. He's looking for a friend. The last 25 minutes of this NAB league match between the Tasmania Devils and the Bendigo Pioneers. A great third term by the Pioneers sees them 10 points in front. The damage was done by Seamus Mitchell, as we've got to shut a gate here before we can get play underway. Umpire Butler making the game all about him. I can say that though because he's one of my good friends there, Oz. Oz is doing a little bit of business work here on his laptop. I'll take charge here and be let off the leash. There we go, umpire Butler throws it up. Didn't want to bounce it. They've moved their major ball winners into the middle with Sam Collins moving into the middle for the Devils. Quick handball came back for the Pioneers. Nice work there by Jack Evans. Earned himself a free kick. No, play on was the call. Quick little touch there. Play on and a quick kick forward by the Pioneers. And a goal. Well, incredible work down there. Not even sure who kicked it. It might have been Sam Conforti. I'm going to mark it down him anyway. Check the NAB League app, which is one of the best in the game. It was actually Dick O'Flaherty. So he gets his second of the game. And we're back in the middle.
So back in the middle here, Ollie Davis going out wide looking for Ethan Jackson. Tell you what, Tubes, I thought I might have been able to get another 15 seconds out before I had to jump in, but that's all happened at the start of this final term. The ball driven inside 50 there by Gundry, the big fella, Matt McGuinness, under the pump. Really good tackle laid by Braden Vaz. Lockie Godomski, Patrick Walker link up. So look to switch the play. Risky ball in the Menzies direction. He was outsized by his opponent in Jack Evans.
Got a free kick there for too high. Easy to get little Menzies too high, isn't it?
So John Menzies, the match winner last time these two teams played, goes down the line looking for Reeves, unable to compete. The Pioneers do really well. Immediately drive the ball back inside 50 in the direction of Walsh. Mopping the ball up there for the Devils, but just runs out of tarmac, out of bounds, throw in, Pioneers forward 50. A little bit of aggro off the ball there from Harry Island.
Starting to get a little chillsome down here at Twin Ovals too. As the sun goes behind the clouds here at Twin Ovals. Boundary thrown deep inside forward 50 for the Pioneers. Good ruck contest over the back. Cole tapped it backwards. Coming through was Oscar Shaw. Harry Island kept going and ran over the footy, and we'll see a free kick for holding too long. Going to Collins, who goes out wide, finds McGuinness. Just slipped over, so goes back inboard. Finds Baker. Nice strong mark there to Mansell. And now they're out here, the Devils. If they can get over the top, Menzies there. He's got time and space. Sells a bit of a candy, but got tackled in the end. Out it comes here for the Devils as they move the ball inside forward 50. Good defensive work down there by Wallace, and the Pioneers will clear.
One of the few times Callow couldn't get himself in the right position there. Matt McGuinness drops this ball off on the wing, dishes inside to Will Pepin, who goes back to McGuinness. McGuinness has Harry Island there, no, Sam Collins I should say. Scrappy ball inside 50, Thomas Reeves does well. Matt McGuinness on his left boot to the hot spot. Callow and Lane are there. Neither able to compete, but Cohen Stevenson throws the ball on his left boot. Callow just comes out of nowhere, competes for that ball. He's got a bit to work with in the end. Misses the lot, out of bounds on the full. But again, Jackson Callow making a presence when he probably looked like he was 3 or 4 deep there.
Yeah, he just came out of nowhere, as you said there, Oz and managed to make a contest, but unfortunately kicked it out of bounds on the full. Here come the Pioneers. They attack through the Kingston side of the ground. Nice long kick sent forward by Maxted. Mark taken by the Pioneers. Again, looking for movement. Sends the ball out wide, does Wilson. Finds a man in the stack hat. I think that's Walsh. Longer still. Pioneers just, again, possessing the footy here. And they can afford to do it. Nice mark inside 50. Quick kick forward, that was by Evans. And a big, strong mark. Huge to Cole.
Yeah, just again, read the ball better, Cole. Got himself in a good position. He's taken the mark, and this would be a big goal in the context of this game. It's a long way back for the Devils already from here, but this would just make things a little bit tougher. Cole's been pretty impressive, 195 centimetres from Mildura. So he begins his approach now. Directly in front, kick on the way. Umpire's made to work, and the umpire works a long way through for a minor score.
Let off there, the Devils.
So Devils bringing the ball back in. Long kick straight through the middle of the ground in the Callow direction. Unable to get his hands to the football. Isaac Shug in pursuit, putting the pressure on, but the Pioneers again with numbers out wide. A good ball, mark taken. I think that's Ben Worm out there.
Ginnivan, I think.
Jack Ginnivan.
Yep.
So,
kicked one already.
Right on the boundary is Ginnivan. See his options here. Kicked 2 goals when the two teams last met. Victoria earlier in the season. Done some very good things today as well. He's going to back himself to have a shot on goal. Plenty of meterage on the kick. What a shot! He says to the crowd, have a look at that. And Jack Ginnivan hits the scoreboard, his second for the day, and that is a big goal for the Bendigo Pioneers.
Absolutely huge goal for the day, and I love the way he just took that as his responsibility to go back and have a shot from a really tough angle, right side for a right footer. And he went back and sent it straight through the middle. Incredible goal.
Didn't mind the arms outstretched salute to the crowd as well, Tubes. Big fan of that. Good goal from him. The Pioneers, after missing that shot only a couple of minutes ago, get one back. It's going to be tough work now for the Devils. 23 points the difference. It's back in the middle. Harry Island. Gundry. Neither ruckman able to get a hand to it. Liam Viney in pursuit for the Devils. Just jams it on the right boot. Unable to find a teammate. The Pioneers mop up across half back. This time through Ironside. Done some good things in the second half as Riley Ironside. Tico Flaherty out wide. Pioneers just creeping their way down the wing.
Their possession has been much more controlled than the Devils. The Devils seem to be just throwing kicks to anywhere, and kicks like this from the Pioneers have made the Pioneers look really dangerous.
Finds a runner out wide in Ironside. Driving ball inside 50. Oscar Shaw. Brave mark from the Lauderdale defender. A really good grab from him. He's done that quite a few times today. So he just has a look at his options. Opts to go short to Patrick Walker. He goes out wide. Finds Zach Adams. Youngster. Only a couple of games for the Devils so far. Done some nice things. Finds Menzies. He's played a lot of time across half back today. Unable to quite get the ball over the top of Gundry. He's a tall player. Fires the ball out wide there, do the Pioneers. A couple of runners, Riley Wilson competing. Gundry wrapped up in a tackle. Just gets a handball away. Mitchell's involved, as is Jack Evans, but the Devils will get away with the ball. Cohen Stevenson at half forward.
Stevenson looks down towards Evans. Lane, I should say, but that's a great mark down there to Wallace. He's been a wall down there today. He's competing against a couple of absolute jets too in the form of Lane, and Callow decides to come out and have a bounce. Good Shepherd laid. Wallace from the paint on the 50, sends it up to centre wing, and a nice strong mark almost down there. Not paid, said the umpires to Paddy Walker. Quick kick forward by Conforti. Oscar Shaw's going to be the first one to get it if the paint doesn't beat him. Boundary throwing.
Really like that from Wallace. Took the game on. He saw some space, and you moved the ball from being trapped right on across half back, or full back I should say, to then bringing the ball up to half forward. Good work from him.
He's had a lot of rebound 50s in the last couple of games. I mean, given that the Bushrangers had 22 points last week, I think he had something like 8 or 9 rebound 50s. So great work from him. He's made that a part of his game. As that one was a little bit high, umpire said he ducked, and they'll ball it up right on the 50-metre mark.
So what can the Devils do here? 15 and a half minutes to go. 23 points adrift. Seamus Mitchell just floating about here for the Pioneers. Always looks dangerous, but the Devils should have the numbers. Jackson to Davis. Davis to Viney. Under pressure, Liam Viney. Good smother there from Jack Hickman. And the Pioneers lock the ball inside, attacking 50. Good desperation from the visitors. It's been the hallmark of their game today, putting the Devils' defence under enormous pressure.
Well, I think the pressure's been great from both teams. Maybe that's because of the dew that's been on the ground early in the game. But I think the pressure throughout the game has been more consistent from the Pioneers. And that's probably why they're 23 points up. 23.
So Cole has the ball half 40, dishes it off to Conforti, starting to make his mark on the game. In the end, a mark just taken on the chest. A few players flew. Pioneers man stayed down, and he's taken the mark.
Looks like Jack Ginnivan, who's kicked that goal before, and if he wasn't fired up, this one will put it beyond doubt, I think. 29 points. It'll make the margin with 14 and a half minutes to go. They got their work cut out for them, the Devils.
He's gone a long way back here, is Ginnivan. He's right on the paint of 50 now.
Ben Brown goes back further than that, doesn't
Absolutely.
he, from the AFL. So 2 goals and 27 disposals last time these teams met. And he's already got the 2. Can he improve? Just a little low one, and he's really happy with that. Turns around to the crowd of about 6 people in that grandstand over there and drives it into him. That's his 3rd for the game.
Similar spot, that one a touch easier, and the same response to the crowd as well there from Jack Ginnivan. So he has 3. Pioneers well and truly in control of this contest. Again, some really good defensive efforts in the back pocket, the forward pocket I should say, from the Pioneers. Lock the ball in there, they generate another chance, and Ginnivan makes no mistake. I'm
not sure what the Devils can do here. They've got their big ball winners in the middle now, with Reeves, Davis and Collins, with Harry Island in the ruck, and they just can't get clear use of the footy, and there's just been great pressure like that tackle from Wilson. The umpire ball it up.
Outstanding tackle from Wilson. Really good from him. Yeah, so much of the Devils' play today has been built off half back. So free kick going the way of the Pioneers. Angus Cole probably look for a runner. They've all left him, so he's just going to launch the ball inside 50. Perhaps a push in the back there from McGuinness. Umpire thinks otherwise. Nick Baker mops the ball up, looking for Jackson. Good mark taken from Ethan Jackson. Really strong grab from him.
Jackson sends the ball to centre wing. Big fly over there. Almost the mark paid. It wasn't to Callow. Handballed out towards his mate in Barwick. Barwick got the handball up, and the Devils go forward again. Nice work there by Mansell. Mansell turns around. He's got Menzie, the danger man, inside forward 50. Wallace is going to get there first. Nice tackle by him, by Menzie on Wallace, and the umpire says no prior. I'll ball it up.
Saw a fortnight ago, the Devils finished with a bang, kicking 3 or 4 goals in the last quarter against the Northern Knights to almost bridge the gap.
Reeves got his handball away, but it was sharked by the Pioneers. Scrappy stuff. Umpire in the right spot will ball it up again.
So just under 12 minutes to go. If the Devils have any hope, they're going to have to get a move on. Looks to be bridge too far at the moment. 29
points when you've only kicked 35 for a game there, Oz, is a very tough task.
Scrappy ball inside the Devils forward 50. The umpire will take that one back. Another ball up.
Ball up inside forward 50 for the Devils. Lane wins it down, but it comes out for the Pioneers. Quick, scrappy stuff out here on the wing. Nice handball to no one by Walsh, but it works out for the Pioneers. They're out again and kept on running. It was the captain, Shishka, that sent it forward. Big punch away by Menzie is good. Quick little handball back by the Devils in Walker, and they'll clear the area out to Mansell. Mansell onto the right boot, sends it long towards Callow. Callow with strength. Needs to play on quickly. Down towards Lane. Wallace did well, but he's infringed upon his opponent. It'll be a free kick going to Lane.
Once again, Jackson Callow just does not drop them, does he? Incredible hands.
Yep. I wish I took one mark like that in my career. Oz did not take one contested grab in my life, that's for sure. So, Geordie Lane, great spot from our cameraman, Simon, here, directly behind him. And the Devils need this to bring it back to 23 points. Pressure kick. Jordan Lane just sprays it to the near side. So the Pioneers to bring it out through Ironside. Goes wider out towards Cooper Smith. Keeps it in. Goes back though to Chaplin for the Devils. And it'll be marked by Ironside to bring it back for the Pioneers.
Riley Ironside goes to the far side of the ground. Really good mark taken in the end by Ellis Castle. He just drives the ball to half forward. Walker's competing there for the Devils. Does well, but the Pioneers with the numbers. Handball over the top from Atwell. Unable to hit a target. Nick Baker just showing a bit of class and strength. Gets the ball out to Paddy Walker. Perhaps taken high as he was falling to the ground. The umpire says he'll have that one. Umpire Bridges ball up inside the Pioneers. Forward 50. It's Jackson Callow up to 9 marks for today. Matt McGuinness, 33 disposals. Leading the charge for the Devils. Flying shot on goal there by the helmeted Evans. Walsh it was.
Yep.
Matt McGuinness runs it through for a minor score. He'll immediately bring the ball back in the Callow direction. Just worked under it is Callow. Isaac Chug at ground level. Unable to get his hands on it, but Jackson Callow picks the footy up, pirouettes and gets the ball out to a runner. Barwick down the line. Sam Collins running back with the flight, unable to complete the mark. Pioneers have some numbers to mop things up. Going across to Shishka, the captain. He finds Jack Evans, done some really good things today. It's Jack Evans. Had the tape around his head for most of the morning as well. So the Pioneers just hold things up in their defensive 50. Not the best pass there. Dangerous ball now for the Pioneers. Ethan Jackson competing for the Devils, but the umpire will ball it up. Dangerous spot inside attacking 50 for the hosts.
Their defence today here, given that it's an away game, has been huge today. Ironside, Dick O'Flaherty, Ellis Castle, and of course Big Will Wallace down back. He's been huge as right on cue he gets a kick away, but a free kick will go to the Pioneers. Their back six has been huge.
Yep, absolutely.
And I mean, in fairness to the Pioneers, their midfield's been electric as well. They've had 21 shots to 12, almost doubling the shots on goal for the Tasmanian Devils. Harry Holland should mop this one up and does so right in the middle of the centre wing position. Plays on quickly, finds Viney. Viney sends it long, big fly over the back. Wallace again with the fist. Out it comes. Ironside, clearing kick for the Pioneers, but it's chopped off there by Pat Walker. Walker goes wider still. Nice strong mark out there taken by Adams. Adams inside forward 50 again, coming to meet the footy Lane. Lane got his handball off to Pepin. Pepin uses his strength in his legs to get through that contest. Viney gets pressure, but that's a great kick. Brilliant kick. Out to, looks like Menzie.
Just great vision from Viney. Could have blazed away and gone to the hot spot, but lowered the eyes. Saw Menzie out wide, and the kick was absolutely perfect.
Looks like Noah Walsh is coming off with an injured shoulder, perhaps. So must kick here for Menzie. And he didn't like it off the boot. It's gone out of bounds on the full. So no score. With 6 minutes to go, it's the Devils 5-7-37, trailing the Pioneers 9-12-66.
Ball comes back in for the Pioneers, just trapped in the back pocket at the moment. Just go long down the line. Good mark taken. Really good mark taken there for the Pioneers. Might be Gundry out there. Opts to go short. Oh, fantastic grab taken. McGuinness, he goes inboard, finds Burrows Cheng. Got his busiest day, Burrows Cheng. He finds a runner in Reeves. Driving ball to forwards 50 is intercepted by a Pioneers player. Scrappy ball at half back. Umpire found a free kick. High contact going the way of the visitors. Out wide finds Gundry.
It's been good today. Very good.
200 centimetres, Gundry. Really likely prospect for them. Finds Ellis Castle. Another player who's just gotten better as the game's gone on. I reckon Tubes.
To the captain, Shishka. Sorry to cut you off. Gee, they're just racking up touches now. I don't know whether these should count as possession, should they, Oz, when they're just kicking kick to kick. He's got Fincastle backwards if he wants. Decides against it. Shishka sends it long towards Cole and Gundry. Gundry gets it through the arms there. That was a good tackle on Conforti. Too slow was Joey Chaplin. And it was a great tackle by Lane. Cole, I should say. Handballs off to Conforti. Oh, big fly. Couldn't quite take the grab. This one will be balled up on the half-forward flank for the Pioneers.
I reckon Sam Conforti's gotten better and better as the day's worn on as well, Tubes.
How about the fly from Atwell?
Massive fly from him.
A bit of Kiapa about it.
Forward comes down. Island just straight into the head. Dick O'Flaherty. Pepin gets a handball over the top to Menzies. A couple of runners here for the Devils. Davis opts to drive the ball inside 50. Looking for Lane. Well chopped off in the end by Shishka. Pioneers captain has had a big second half. He's got the ball again now. Goes out wide and finds a runner. Looks to find him again. Devils have some numbers. Good little spin there from Pepin. He's got Simpson in support. Simpson immediately wrapped up. Pioneers with the numbers. Aaron handball. Scrappy football at the moment between these two sides, but the Pioneers get the player out wide through a web of handballs. Good mark taken at half forward. As players start to flood back. Just over 3 minutes to go in this contest. The Devils 5-7-37, trailing the Pioneers 9-12-66.
Kick comes inboard. Big fly there by Nick Baker in front of his opponent in Cooper Smith. Ball goes out of bounds.
So the Devils have the Eastern Rangers next week. I believe that's another Futures round clash where the teams play some 16 to 17-year-olds. Good opportunity to give some more players exposure at the NAB League level. Ball goes over the top. The Pioneers to drive the ball inside 50 into a very dangerous spot. Competing well was Baker. Done some handy things, Baker. Pioneers again with the numbers. Be mopped up by Barwick at half back. He finds Ryan Mansell on the wing.
Mansell sends the ball up. That one's going to work out okay to his mate in Stevenson. Stevenson from half forward looks in the Callow direction, goes further afield. And Callow with a strong grab. No, pushed in the back, so it'll be a Wallace free kick. Wallace goes backwards, finds the captain Shishka. And again, the Pioneers just doing really well to possess the footy here, Oz. Particularly in their back half, they've done this a lot. They haven't rushed it.
Yep.
And maybe that's direction from their coach, Rick Coburn. He goes into Ironside. Ironside has Conforti out wide if he wants him, decides to go more direct through the middle. The kick was a little bit too much on it for Stevenson. Scrappy stuff here on centre wing. And umpire Butler says, no, I'll take it, thanks boys, and we'll ball it up. 1:30 to go. It'll be a Pioneers victory here at Twin Ovals. A great win away from home for the Bendigo Pioneers.
Ball goes up, one down by Gundry. Ireland lays the tackle. Some good work there from Riley Clark of the Pioneers. Umpire says that was a throw. Advantage tried to be taken. It will be brought back. So this win, Pioneers will be their 4th win of the year. Draw level with the Devils on wins. As the race for finals football really starts to heat up. Devils now with 4 games in as many weeks to finish the home and away season after today. Mark drop there by Jeremy Rhodey. He's got plenty of time though. He's got support out wide in Ironside. Down the line he finds Riley Wilson. So the Pioneers just happy to run down the clock.
Pioneers though, Wilson up forward. Conforti with a good strong grab in front of Mansell. Happy just to, again, possess the footy. There's 13 seconds left, so there's no need to rush things as he goes for the barrel. It's worked out okay. Somehow it lands in the arms of Atwell at centre wing. 3, 2, 1. Conforti again with a spiral. And that is full time here at Twin Ovals in Kingston in this NAB League match between the Tasmania Devils and the Bendigo Pioneers. The Pioneers 9-12-66, running out victors over the Devils 5-7-37. Goal kickers for the Pioneers. It was 3 apiece to Seamus Mitchell and Jack Ginnivan, and then 2 to Jake Dick O'Flaherty and 1 to Jeremy Rhodey for the Devils. Not a goal in that final term. 2 to Jordan Lane, 2 to Jackson Callow, and 1 to Ryan Mansell. Major ball winners there, Oz, for the game. Matt McGuinness with 35 disposals, including 11 rebound 50s. A great game from him, but the reason he got so much of the footy because it was down there so much. Shishka with 22 disposals, Sam Collins with 19, Riley Ironside with 19, Jeremy Rhodey with 19, rounding out the top 6.
Absolutely. Good performance from the Pioneers on the road. Important win for them. Keeps their hopes of finals football well and truly alive. The Devils, disappointing result for them today, but in the end the Pioneers eventually made the most of their chances in the second half. They probably could have been further ahead in that opening half had they taken all the chances that were presented to them. But the Devils, their defence held up well for the most part, but in the end, weight of numbers, Pioneers too strong on the day.
And that's exactly what it was there, Oz. It was just pressure from the midfield and forwards. And as you say, weight of numbers won out on the day. They had 21 scoring shots to 12, so almost doubling the Devils' amount of shots on goal there. We might leave it there. Oz, a great game of footy all the same. It was a bit scrappy, but as you say, the second half just blown out by the Pioneers. Thanks so much for having me. My name's Tubes Taylor. Oz, we'll see you next time at the footy.
Fantastic, mate. Can't wait.